Explorers, I'm Kat. I hope you've had a wonderful week, and today I have got a bunch of grapes to help us to learn our memory verse for November. Now, did you know that it is nearly December, which means that this is the last week for you to send in your memory verse clips and your competition clips to get your name into our prize bag for this month. So let's see if we can learn our memory verse.
Okay, so let's have a go at reading it. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. Psalm 136, verse 1. Now, shall we take away some of the grapes and see if we can have a go again? So, let's take away that grape. Let's take away this grape. Let's take away this grape. Okay, and this one. Okay, let's try it now. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. Psalm 136, verse 1. Should we take away a few more grapes? Let's take away this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Okay. Can you read it with me? Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. Psalm 136, verse 1. Okay, what if we only have 3 grapes left? Let's have a go. Oh, that's not 3, that's 4. Let's go with those 3. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. I think that's pretty impressive, but what if we take away all of the grapes? Can you remember the verse? Let's say it together. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. Psalm 136, verse 1.
Well done if you managed to say that memory verse off by heart. You can send us in your video clips after watching this today if you want your name in the prize bag. Now, you might have been wondering, why on earth is Kat using a bunch of grapes to help us learn our memory verse for this month? What do grapes have to do with anything? Well, today we are going to be looking at a story in the Bible that Jesus told. We call these stories a parable, and this parable was set in a vineyard, and a vineyard is a place that people would work and they would pick lots and lots of grapes so that they could be turned into wine. And Jesus told parables. They were like made up stories to help people understand something really, really important. And the important thing that Jesus wanted people to understand was that God has loads and loads of good, kind, generous things that he wants to share with lots and lots of people. And Jesus had realised there were some people who were a little bit grumpy. Can you pull your best grumpy face? Now, these people, instead of being grateful for all the good things that God could give to them, that God wanted to share his kingdom with them, instead of being grateful for that, some people had started to look at others who were also getting all the good things that God had to give. And they didn't like that God was generous and good and kind to everybody. They thought some people weren't deserving of God's goodness and his kindness and his generosity. So Jesus told this story to help them to understand that actually it didn't matter if you've been friends with Jesus for a little bit of time or a really, really, really long time. God wants to share his kingdom with you exactly the same. And so Jesus told us a parable to help the people to understand this. So let's see if we can learn a little bit from this parable now.
Move along, people! Move along! Nothing to see here except me. Oh, wait. Actually, wait! Don't move along! Come back! Come back! Hi! I'm Erica, and I am so grateful that I was given this megaphone. So let's talk about gratitude! Gratitude is letting others know you see how they've helped you. With my Megaphone 3000, I can take shout-outs to a whole new level! Hey! Person on the side of the street! Thanks for picking up that piece of candy wrapper! Ooh! Person in the purple shirt and those green shoes! You are awesome! Thanks! Hey! Birds! Thanks for those positive tweets! Yep, this is probably the best gift I've ever gotten. I will cherish it forever. What? The Megaphone 4000 just came out today with 27 built-in voice modules and Bluetooth capabilities! That's way better than this old thing. Thanks a lot, person who bought me this lame megaphone. Probably got it on sale. In today's Bible story, we'll hear about some people who weren't happy with what they were given and had a real bad attitude about it. That should be fun, right? Sure. Whatever. See you in a bit. Move along, people! Move along!
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Matthew, chapter 20, verses 1 through 15.
While Jesus taught in many different ways, he often shared the most important truths as stories. He used the things and animals and situations in people's everyday lives to help them understand things that were bigger. One day, Jesus explained to his closest friends what the kingdom of heaven was like, and he used a story to help it connect. Now, if he told that story to us today in our world right now, I think it would go a little something like this. There once was a man who owned a large vineyard.
Here at Grape Escape Vineyards, we specialize in red, white, and green grapes.
One bright autumn day, the man called in his manager to find out how his harvest was doing.
It's doing great.
Thanks a bunch. We shall pick the grapes immediately before the beetles nibble them up.
That's some good raisoning.
The next morning, the vineyard owner rose while it was still dark and hurried to the center of town. He arrived at around 6 a.m. and there were people still standing around noshing on grape jelly muffins.
Are you looking for work?
Yes, indeed. How much do you pay?
$100 for the day.
Precisely perfect. Let us proceed.
The owner led the workers back to his vineyard.
Baskets, hats, don't squash the grapes.
Oh, well, what happens if we do that?
They might whine a little.
The vineyard owner wanted to be sure that the beetles wouldn't ruin his precious grape harvest, so around 3 hours later at 9 o'clock, he returned to the town center and found more people lined up for work.
You come pick grapes for me. I'll pay you well.
Good deal. Let's go.
The workers were all picking as fast as they could, but there were still long rows to harvest, so the vineyard owner went back to the town center at 12 o'clock noon 3 hours later, and there were still plenty of workers standing around.
Come, help out in my vineyard.
And after the new set of workers had worked for 3 hours, the vineyard owner returned to the town square again at 3 o'clock.
Need some more grape pickers, you in?
The blazing sun beat down as the vineyard owner added the new workers to his crew. One of the men hired at dawn wiped sweat off his face as he sipped his water.
Showing up for work in the afternoon. What a terrible work ethic.
The first workers returned to picking grapes, filling basket after basket. But even though it was still 5 o'clock, the vineyard owner returned to the town square where he still found plenty of people hanging around counting cockroaches and looking bored.
Why have you been standing here all day?
No one, hired us.
I'll hire you. Come work in my vineyard.
For the final hour of the workday, everybody pitched in. Whew! As the last baskets of grapes were brought up, the owner called to his manager.
Just look at all these beautiful grapes, all freshly harvested.
A great job, if I do say so.
Pay the workers. Start with the ones I hired last of all.
So the manager pulled out his cash box and lined up the workers. He started with the ones who only picked grapes for an hour.
Here you go. $100.
Totally rad, man.
At the other end of the line, the workers who began at dawn began doing some quick math.
$100 for 1 hour of work? Huh, that means we're about to get over $1,000.
The manager continued to hand out pay packets to the workers who started at 3 o'clock.
$100.
And noon.
$100.
And 9 o'clock in the morning.
$100.
Okay.
By the time the workers who started at 6 a.m. reached the front of the line, they were getting a little bit worried.
You're paying us what's fair for working all day, right?
Yep. $100.
What? Preposterous.
The early morning workers stalked off to find the vineyard owner.
You paid those hooligans who only worked an hour the same as us, even though we sweated all day picking your grapes. Just look at this crispy sunburn.
Friends, didn't you agree to $100 for the whole day?
That is a technicality.
Do you feel cheated because I gave so freely to the other workers? Don't I have a right to do what I want with my own money?
But it's not fair.
Take your money and go. I want to give the ones I hired last the same pay I gave you.
The early workers glared and skulked away, cash in hand. They had let the owner's generosity to someone else ruin their day. Jesus' story made it clear. God gives freely to everyone. Rather than focusing on what you don't have, adjust your attitude. Choose to look at what you do have.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Sometimes I can be ungrateful. It's true. Like with this whole megaphone thing, I think I deserve the best. I'm fun, I'm talented, I'm generous to other people most of the time. I should get the best gifts. It doesn't seem fair that someone else out there will get a better gift than me. Oh, you see, I forget to be grateful. But here's another little secret. Sometimes you can be ungrateful too. Sometimes we forget to focus on what we've been given because we're too focused on what other people have. We're too focused on what we think is fair. Don't believe me? Ask yourself these questions. Am I jealous when someone has more or better stuff than me? Or do I think I deserve better than other people because I am better than other people? Or do I count my presents at Christmas to make sure I have more than anyone else? If you would say yes to any of those questions, you might need a little gratitude adjustment. All you have to do when you're feeling ungrateful is to take a second and look around at all the things you have to be grateful for. So maybe I don't have 27 voice modules and Bluetooth capabilities, but I do have 2 voice modules. It's important to be grateful. It's easy if you try. I've got the cool siren. Sorry, things aren't always fair, but sometimes that's a good thing. Because guess what? Jesus died for our sins. That wasn't fair. And we didn't do anything to deserve that kind of sacrifice. But Jesus did it anyway to show how much he loved all people. So here's the one thing to remember today. Adjust your attitude. Be grateful for what you've got. Don't worry about the stuff you haven't got. That's a lesson for me too. Oh, sorry, sorry. Sorry, okay. See you next time.
need to adjust your attitude? Do you sometimes forget to be grateful for the things that you've already got because you're so focused on looking at what someone else has got and wishing that you had that? When Jesus told this parable, this story of the workers in the vineyard, he wanted the people he was speaking to really appreciate what God had already done for them, rather than being greedy and thinking that they deserved more than other people. So here is a game that you can play that can help you to focus on the good things that God has done for you. Okay, so we have got a game for this week. This is your challenge if you want to get your name into the November prize bag, to be in with a chance of winning this little Lego Minecraft set here. If you want to be winning that, you're gonna need to get your name into the prize bag, and this is one of the ways that you can do that. So your challenge this week, we've got the same challenge for Explorers and for Base Camp this week. So if you're watching both videos, there's just one challenge to have a go at. You are going to need some grapes for this challenge to remind us of our vineyard. And what you need to do is you need to get someone in your family who's got a timer, maybe they've got a timer on their phone, time for 1 minute, and you need to see, okay, how many grapes you can eat in that 1 minute. But every time you eat a grape, you need to say out loud something that you are thankful for. So I'm going to have a little bit of a go at this, see how I get on, and I want you to see if you can beat my score. You could maybe have everybody in your family could have a turn at this and see who can do it the fastest. Be really careful, I don't want anybody choking doing this activity, so make sure you chew your grapes, don't rush, don't like swallow them whole. I'm going to put a timer on and I'm going to see how well I can do at this. Cups of tea. God's forgiveness. My dog Marco. My family. My friends. Hope Church. Nature. Chocolate. Sunsets. I think I'm out of time. So give that a go with your families at home and see if you can beat my score. Maybe you could have a challenge that you're not allowed to repeat any words that anyone else has said. See how many different things you can be thankful for in just 1 minute while eating grapes. That was actually a lot harder than I thought, to think of things while eating. I don't know why that's so difficult. But see if you can do better than me. Now, before I say goodbye, I've got one more thing that I want to tell you all about this week, and that is that because it is nearly December, that means we are getting excited and starting to think about Christmas. Some of you have already been filming some scenes for our nativity play this year that is going to be in a video format. And we would love loads more of you to get involved. So if you would like to be part of this, then all you need to do is send us a little video. You can either have a part of an angel or a part of a grumpy innkeeper. If you want to be an angel, all you need to do is dress in your favourite angel costume and do a little twirl and get a grown-up to film it and send it in to me. And if you would like to be a grumpy innkeeper, then you need to stand by a door and you can say, "Sorry, no room," and then shut the door. Or something along those lines, and get a grown-up to film it, send it in to me, and you will be part of our nativity video play this year. So you've only got like a week or so to get those filmed and sent in to me, so maybe have a go at that this week or this weekend, and I would love to see them. I've already seen some of yours so far and they are amazing. I have to say, they are brilliant, so thank you to everyone who's already sent one in. I hope you have a really good week, and I will see you in our next video. Goodbye.
Every time I'm feeling down, you pick me up. Sing, oh, oh, oh. And when my heart is feeling emptied out, wanna say thank you for the way you love me. I just wanna say thank you for the way you love me. I wanna say thank you, just wanna say thank you. Yeah! T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. Thank you. T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. Here we go, verse 2. I'm grateful for the way you've been a friend to me. Sing, oh, oh. And even in the deepest, darkest night, you help me see. Sing it out now. Oh, oh. I just wanna say thank you for the way you love me. I wanna say thank you for the way you love me. I just wanna say thank you for the way you love me. I wanna say thank you, just wanna say thank you. T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. Thank you. T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. Thank you. T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. For the joy that you give to me, for the way that you made me free, for my friends and my family, I just wanna say, for loving me from the start, for every beat, beat, beat of my heart, for everything you are. I just wanna say thank you for the way you love me. I wanna say thank you for the way you love me. I just wanna say thank you for the way you love me. I wanna say thank you, just wanna say thank you. T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. Thank you. T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. Thank you. T-H-A-N-K-Y-O-U, thank you. For the joy that you give to me, for the way that you made me free, for my friends and my family, I just wanna say, for loving me from the start, for every beat,